I think we have found the perfect place for a month in Europe in the summertime.
And where is that?
And people look for the perfect place for Europe all the time, and we found it. It is, do we tell where it is?
Yeah, no, I have to agree. I think it's where we are right now.
Yeah. We are in, you say it.
We're in Riga, Latvia.
Riga, Latvia. Who knew that Riga would be the perfect place for a month in the summertime?
Well, when we thought about coming here, we really didn't think about it as being, this could be the perfect place to be.
Yeah. We looked at Gdansk, and we looked at Latvia, Riga, we looked at Helsinki, we looked at Vilnius, we looked at lots of areas in the Baltic, and because we had criteria. And do you want to go through our criteria?
Yeah, we could go through our criteria. This is just really a quick list. There might be some more things, but first and foremost, we want to have good weather.
Yep.
And so you talk about August and where is it going to be nice weather? And certainly some people might be looking for, you've got to be on the beach and it needs to be hot. We don't necessarily like it hot,
yeah.
And we're not necessarily beach people. So for us, we want to have the temperature 72 to 74 degrees, maybe around 22 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
That's, comfortable for us.
No hotter than 80 degrees, 25 degrees.
Yeah.
Staying cooler than 25 degrees in the summertime. And then we want to make sure it's an interesting place with lots of things to do. We don't want it to be very touristy. So this eliminates, but those three things eliminate right off the bat, all of southern Spain, southern France, lots of places of Portugal, the Algarve, and so on. We just didn't want to be where everybody else was. We want to be where some people are, but not where everybody is. It also needs to be affordable.
Right. Always
affordable, always on the budget, always with that, $4,000 or so a month budget in mind, more or less $4,000 total.
Yep.
And then we want hiking and biking.
We like to stay active. We like hiking and biking. We like walkability. We like a community that's got great public transportation where we can get around easily.
And then maybe our last criteria is like social connections. Are there other expats or other nomads coming through that we can connect with? That usually is because they all speak English. So I guess English is kind of part of that. We have no problem learning other languages and speaking them and trying to at least pick up some vocabulary. But we know that the vocabulary that we often have in countries where it's not English is not enough to maintain relationships and friendships. So we have to have some English speaking.
Yeah, so before we go on, so my name is Steve, this is Chris. We are EatWalkLearn. We have been traveling around the planet for the last 3+ years and have been to a lot of places in a lot of different continents. I don't even know how many countries we've been to. Have we?
Well, my lifetime number is 78 now, but I think our Nomad number is like 29 or something.
It's in the 30s. It's in the 30s of different countries that we've been to and many different cities. So we have a little bit of time to establish our criteria, what it is that we're looking for. And I guess we have the authority to say we found the perfect place.
Yeah, and it's not a vacation, it's a place to live. So where can we live as locals, enjoy the place, and have it hit all of our criteria? So why don't we go through our criteria and see how Riga hit it or didn't hit it?
Let's do that.
Okay, so number one, weather. We're going to put up a screen grab here of the average temperatures, or the temperatures for the month of August in Riga. In the 31 days we were here, we had 2 bad weather days. One was, it was like in the 60s, so in 16 degrees, and it was rainy and windy and yucky.
It wasn't even that bad.
It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't beautiful.
It was rained on and off, and we kind of had to dodge the raindrops and wear our raincoats. It was like one day out of 30.
And then we had one day that it was really hot, so it got up to maybe 84, 85 degrees, so 25 or 30, 25 or 26 degrees. So that was it. I mean, woohoo! So it got a little hot.
Yeah, it seemed like it was
perfect. It's been 22, 72 degrees almost every day. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And just a little bit nippy in the evening that, like at night, if we were walking back from the restaurant or something, we might want to have a long sleeve on, but you could get by without it.
Yeah, I'd say the weather has been great.
Perfect.
A lot better than I expected.
Yeah.
So really a big thumbs up for the weather here in Riga, Latvia in the month of August.
Yeah. Okay, number 2, interesting. Oh my God. We have been we're here 31 days. 10 of it we are training for a bike which you've heard on other videos. So 10 days we have of biking. The other 20 days, what have we done? So we toured the Art Nouveau district, architecture different times. We went to the beach a couple times. We have been to several museums. I think my favorite museum was the vintage auto museum here.
The car museum is really, really well done if you're into cars, and I'm into cars.
You're a truck guy.
I'm a truck guy.
Actually, what I really liked in the museum was the old Russian and Ukrainian cars that they had listed in the museum. Yeah. They had some old American cars too, but the Eastern Bloc stuff was really interesting. I enjoyed that a lot. We also went to they've got the largest free market, supposedly the largest free market in Europe. I don't know if it's the largest free market, but it is a very locals market. It is fruit and meat and veggies and fish. It's not all kinds of knickknacks and things to sell. It's just simply food. And that was really enjoyable. Really good food.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they had a section with different crafts and things like that. So it was a good variety. Yeah. But it was interesting. So you're talking about interesting. Mm-hmm. You go to the market, and the nice thing about it is it was walkable. So again, back to transportation. So to be able to walk to the market, during the day and get food for a couple of days. And
then hop on the bus because the food's too heavy to carry home. So they have a bus and a tram and a train and all kinds of things. But I did want to mention also about interesting was there's a lot of Jewish history here, and we really, really found some interesting Jewish history. There's the original synagogue that had never been burned down, an old Jewish cemetery, a new Jewish cemetery, 2 Jewish museums. So we really got a very thorough story about Latvian Jews and found that super interesting. Yeah,
and unfortunately, there's a past, a history here with German occupation, with Soviet occupation. They had some dark days, and there's some history of persecution and death that's
really awful.
That's awful and unfortunate. But I think that's one of the things that makes Riga more interesting is its really interesting historic past
and their ability to overcome those dark days. So
absolutely,
yeah.
You
mentioned the affordability, so we didn't mention that we have a beautiful. We're in the high rent district. We didn't expect to be in the high rent district, so I think you can do it more affordably. But we're in the Embassy Row Art Nouveau district, where our fabulous 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment that we got. It's on the 5th floor. It's beautiful. $2,000 we paid for 31 days or 31 nights actually. Yeah. So 32 days, so a little bit more than a month, and just beautiful. There are other places in town that are probably more affordable, but it was in our budget and we took it. So absolutely loved it, and it's a great location.
It's really nice. We really are in a great location, right across the street from the park. Like Chris mentioned, there's all the embassies that are around us, the Art Nouveau architecture, that's the most famous buildings are right around us. And to go out to the coffee shops and the restaurants and to see walking tours, go by
our place.
Right by our place it's pretty cool.
And we'll put a link in the description for the link for our particular place where we stayed.
Yeah.
Back on our criteria list, a hiking, biking list. Oh my God. So here, we did not seek out any hiking in Riga because we were absolutely concentrated on using our physical fitness days to work on getting trained as our thighs of steel biking, because we're going to bike the Camino next month. But there is a park here called Mesoparks that has a ton of hiking in it. So although we didn't seek out hiking, we do know there is hiking here, and there's certainly a lot of biking. There are bike lanes everywhere.
Yeah, and Mesoparks was great. It's a huge park. They've got a disc golf there. There's lots
mini
of places
golf,
if you got families. There's
what are those multi course?
Ropes.
Yeah, ropes. Like if you want to Tough Mudder type courses.
But also it's on on the waterfront, so it's really that's one of the things they do really well here in Riga is they do their parks very well, very well parks. Maintained. Beautiful rose gardens everywhere. It's really it's really been nice.
And then we back to our criteria list: the public transit and the walkability. Check for sure. And the social connections. Back to the English-speaking stuff. We made lots of friends with Ukrainian refugees as we volunteered. Lots of nomads came through here, and we had many meetups with different nomads from our Facebook page, Nomad Life. So our Facebook group, Nomad Life. So come join us there if you want to have meetups. So check on all of our criteria. And in addition, Riga also had additional things that we should put on our criteria for next time. So one of those was location as in being close to other things.
Yeah, we were able to take a couple of day trips, so we actually also be able to increase our country count a little bit. If you're into counting countries, we went on a little trip to Lithuania, which is just bordering to Latvia, and also we went to Helsinki, Finland, which was pretty close by, which was really nice. So we got to add Finland to our country list, and then we took the ferry to
Estonia, Tallinn, Estonia.
To Tallinn, yes. Tallinn, a beautiful town. So
yeah.
that was another one of the ones that was on our list.
Speaking of which, if you are a medieval town person and you're thinking you want to go to Dubrovnik, don't go to Dubrovnik. Come to Tallinn. For all the criteria we're listing here, Tallinn's got the same check boxes, and it's not crowded, and it's beautiful. It's a medieval set, just like Dubrovnik is. Beautiful. So if you're trying to decide and you want to be a little bit cheaper and avoid the crowds, do Tallinn over Dubrovnik.
Very cool. So lots of places that were close by, that were easy to get to. We did talk about some of the beaches that are nice, that are great to go to, and some of the different parks. There was something that I was going to mention, and now I can't remember what it was.
The airport being close.
The airport is closed. Yeah, I looked it up. So we're going to be leaving here in a couple of days, and we need a way to get to the airport. I looked up on Grab. Grab is Bolt.
Yeah, Bolt
is the version of Uber here. Easy to get around, very popular. Is going to cost about $10 US dollars to get to the airport.
But we could still take the bus. I mean, the bus is only €2 to go to the bus.
We were able to get a 30-day pass on the bus, so it didn't for all the public transportation.
But
so
that was
really easy and accessible.
So it was €30 for a month pass for each of us. And so and you can get those right at the airport. So you get off the plane, there's a little kiosk that you can buy your month pass. We each got month passes on the first day, and we've been using those almost every day. It's totally paid off.
Yeah.
Totally paid off.
Easy to get around.
And the food here, so the food is interesting. It's good. It's heavy on the creams, lots of sour cream and cream sauces and cream things. I've been able to get fresh vegetables with cream all over the place. That's been very easy.
Yeah. Well, my favorite was the borscht or the beet soup. I know borscht can be used in a lot of different terms, but the soup, is served cold. Beet soup was delicious.
The fruit
I
here,
could eat it every day.
Lots of berries, lots and lots of berries, but your typical stone fruits like peaches and nectarines and so on, they're okay. Bananas are okay. They have a lot of apples here. I think we're just at the beginning of the apple season, and the apple seasons we had haven't been very good. So the fruit, I would expect better in August for fruit, but it's not terrible, but it's definitely not their good thing. It's an okay thing.
Yeah.
But we do want to add one more really fun thing that isn't necessarily ever on our list, but it's something we use a lot, and that's the thrifting. Oh my God, if you're a thrifter and you want to go check out some thrift stores, Riga is loaded with them.
Yeah, lots of charity shops, and they might call them vintage stores, but they're really just ways to, recycle clothing, and really high quality, and found some really cool things.
I got this shirt here.
Yeah.
So just thrifting. I wish we could load up here on the stuff that we need for Patagonia, but it's too early. We have to lug it all through.
I know.
The Camino. But anyway, so we think I think we thought Split, Croatia was our perfect place in the summertime. But I think we've replaced it. I think Riga, Latvia is now the new secret hidden gem of the best perfect place to be in Europe for the summertime.
So perfect.
Yeah. So book your trip now and take our recommendations. Look at our stuff in the description so you can decide where you want to go when you're in Riga, and have a good time. See you then.
Enjoy.